Supermom MD, Mother Determined, Not Your Mother's Podcast. This is a podcast about juggling motherhood, career, dating, and going into your 40s. Are you ready? Let's go!
Hi!
Let's go!
I love it. How was your week? I'm excited about this topic, by the way.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I feel like I am trying very, very hard to maintain myself, which fits in so nicely with our topic tonight.
So our topic is, I like how you named it too, the guilt of the slip up.
Yes.
I love it. So basically it's going to be working out, eating right, guilt behind all of it when you slip up. And
so true.
How many of us don't do that? I mean, seriously, I don't know anybody who doesn't do that. It's oh man, I cheated. Okay, I muzzle eat whatever I want. And we're going to talk about that.
Yes. Yes.
But what's the first thing we're going to talk about? This is the RX from last week.
That's right. That's right. And what was the RX from last week?
Basically to trust your instincts. And so it was like one of those things like when you're like, you're looking in the mirror and you're like, oh, do I look okay in this? Do I look fat? No, you put it on, you feel confident, you do it. Okay.
Trust yourself.
Trust yourself. It is, about lots of stuff. Maybe it's a decision that you're trying to make at work and you're like, ask 17 people, which then takes like 45 more minutes. What did you do this week for the RX?
Well, I mean, I'm really trying, and I struggle with this because I feel like I have my good days and I have my bad days when it comes to trusting my instincts and trusting myself overall. I am really, really, really trying to trust my instincts, not just in like my personal life and dating and all of that stuff, because trusting your instincts when you're dating someone, it means you're also having to trust somebody else. Those are issues that we might cover on a different episode. But I don't know. I think I could have done better. I'm going to be honest and say I could have done better.
I think that we always can, right?
Yeah.
I did trust my instincts, but I doubted them, but I pushed through. And so mine was a simpler one though. It was, I'll be honest, it was like, oh, does this outfit look okay? Kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm in the mirror and I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, whoa, nope. Yeah. I got to keep going. Yeah. I did look in the mirror in the car about 5 times too. And I was like, it's okay. What does it matter? I'm wearing a mask. Like wherever I go, I don't understand why I'm like so caring about this. Right.
That's the only time I don't care. It's so funny. That is so different between us. Cause that is the only time I really don't care is because I'm like, I got to go to the grocery store. Should I put makeup on? It's like, I have to wear a mask anyway. Like nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna recognize me.
Put a baseball cap on, a pair of sunglasses, and a mask. Like you are actually covered. You don't need to wear anything, but yet I'll still put earrings on, which is like hilarious. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So it's like you just feel like this like sunglasses, mask, and earrings and a hat.
You can't let it go completely, right?
I'm like a floating head just kind of going by. It's kind of insane. So yeah,
I love it.
I trusted my instincts enough to just go for it. And I'm pretty sure no one can even see anymore because like everyone's so focused on getting in and out. Like no one's even looking at you.
I don't think anybody cares.
Honestly,
they're all out for themselves. Like,
I mean, I could literally go in 2 different color shoes and pajamas and I don't think that anybody would notice.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Honestly, nobody's going to say anything. I don't even think people are really looking at each other in the face anymore.
No, you're so like freaked out. You're just like, wash my hands, get the sanitizer, walk in, stand 6 feet apart. I mean, who cares? So I think it's great. I think it's a great RX to do because of what a great practice you could do. But when you do get to go out in the real world and we don't wear a mask.
When you do get to show your face again to other people.
Exactly. So the guilt of the slip up, I think is perfect because I literally feel like I have been on a diet for 20 years. Okay. I have like this thing of where like, and it's funny because I can look at pictures of myself 10 years ago and I'm like, I remember thinking I was fat back then.
Oh my God, so true.
Oh,
yes.
And then I'm like, I want to be that fat again.
Yes.
Like, that would be so great to be fat again, right?
Oh my God, you're so right.
I'm always punching myself, it feels like, because, I get into this mode of where I have enough time. It's always a time factor, right? Where like I have enough time to go, oh yeah, I'm going to prep my meals and like I do really good or I have my protein shakes and then I'll like go and I'll get my workouts in, like, and I'll feel real good about it, And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't know, the weekend comes and somebody's like, oh yeah, like usually my mom will be like, oh yeah, like I'm bringing you this thing I made. And it's like always something that's like my kryptonite, right?
Yes.
Where it's like chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Oh, they're so good.
You know,
chips,
and I'll just be like,
tortilla chips and guacamole.
And I will be eating it like it. I've never tasted it before because I have not had it for so long.
I will never have this again in my life.
I'm cheating. I have to eat it all now. You know, and then it's like I get done and I'm like in this coma going,
yes, why did I do that
what
to
did
myself?
I just do? Like, oh my gosh, you know, and then I'm like, well, screw it. I should eat the chocolate cake now because I've already eaten that. You know, and then it's good. And then I'll just do it for today. And then you go do it just that Saturday. And then Sunday happens and you're like, well, I'm going to be in the pool, so I might as well have a glass of wine. Yeah. And then you're like, and I might as well eat the nachos because now there's chips left over. And then it's like, then Monday happens, like, I'm going to so do it on Monday. And then it's like, nothing ever works out, okay? Yes. And then it takes you a while to get back on that thing. Where I feel like, and then you beat yourself up like I do all the time. I'll be like, you know, I'll be watching something and I'll be watching like a movie or something. I'll go, you know, that girl looks really good. Yeah. No, I'm like, I could, if I wouldn't have eaten the darn nachos and the wine, I could be one step closer to that. But no. So then I'm like, screw it. Now it's popcorn and wine time because you're not
eating it. That's where I am.
If I could just stop eating this, you'd be so
that's right.
amazing. You know, and then you just punch yourself like all the time.
And I'm always like, it's just popcorn. Like it's just popcorn. And I'm one of those, I know, and I'm one of those weirdos. Like I literally weigh myself every day, and I used to never weigh myself. Like I went years
to weigh myself. I just refuse.
I do it every day. It's like a habit for me now. I don't know. It's like a habit for me now. Like I have to know.
See, like even when I go to the doctor's office and they say weigh yourself, right, or get on the scale. This is literally what I do. I literally close my eyes. And I say, do not say it out loud. I don't want to hear it. I was having a good day. Don't tell me. I don't even want to have a hint of what it is. I'm having a good day today. And they're like, they always laugh and they're like, okay. Man. I'm like, no, for real. Like if you're going to write down, I don't even want to know what you're writing. Like, you know, and then I'm like, and make sure the doctor, when he comes in, knows my weight is off the table. You are not allowed to talk about it. And they're like, okay. I'm like, unless I'm dying, you are not allowed to tell me. And they're like, okay. And so, and they always just laugh, you know, and like, you know, I never hear the, which is good, you know, so I'm always like, okay, it must be okay, you know, and so I think, guys, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there, and here's one thing I did read the other day was if you're skinny, it's actually, what did they call it? No, I can't remember. I thought it was really cool though. It was something like, it's a privilege that if you just naturally are thin and you don't have to worry about that and you're healthy, like there's tons of people I know like this, like they can eat whatever they want, you know, and that's the only time I'm kind of jealous. Like, but I don't actually like them, but I'm like, dang,
have really good metabolism. Like, why? How do you do it?
What line did I stand in, man? Like, this is awful. Was I not paying attention when they're handing out good metabolism? Because, like,
I was distracted. We've talked about this before. We were standing in line when things were being handed out to us as individuals, and my ADD was acting up, and I was just like looking over at like the squirrels.
They must have said wine, and I was like, "Woo! Oh, metabolism! Shoot, I was in the wrong line, you know." And so I feel
the wrong line.
I feel like when people have great metabolism, first of all, you're super lucky. Yeah. But you know, even them, like I still think you shouldn't be, you know, eating like nachos every day. Like it's not good for your heart.
It's not good for your heart, and it's not good for your health. And I'm trying to be better. Like I'm making an active role. I'm taking an active role in my own personal journey and my own health. I'm trying to be more active. I'm trying to move more in general, right? Because I have a job where I sit literally all day long, and like I can get up and feel like the aches and the creaks like as I'm getting up. That's not good. But I'm trying to watch what I'm eating, and I'm doing the whole like, you know, I don't want to call it intermittent fasting. Sometimes I fast. Sometimes I do the Jesse Itzler thing where I eat only fruit until noon. I feel like I love doing that. Like I feel like I'm not starving myself. I'll eat an apple or an orange or whatever the case may be until noon. And then at noon I'll eat. I find myself eating like healthy things. Like I'll have a salad, or I love hummus. So I'll have a hummus and some vegetables and that sort of thing. And I'm trying to have like a healthy dinner. I have one guilt meal a week. You know, we'll have pizza or burgers or whatever the case may be on the weekend.
Well, see, that's my problem, though, is when I eat that bad meal, I have a hard time getting back on the thing.
is, but like, here's my thing is like, I'll eat it. And then even if the whole weekend for me messes me up, even if the whole weekend, all I'm eating are those salty chips, which I totally love too. Right. I know Monday is coming. And when Monday comes, I'm going to get back in my routine. I'm going to do my fruit till noon, or I'm going to have just coffee and water, lemon water until noon. And then I'm going to have a healthy meal for lunch, and I'm going to have a healthy meal for dinner. If by Friday or Saturday comes around and I am like hormonal or whatever the case may be, I can slip up, but I definitely know I'm going to tell myself, okay, even if you mess up this entire weekend, right? You mess up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is coming around again, and you are going to reset yourself. You're going to reset. And I
love that you're that disciplined.
It's taken a long time to get to this place, though. Really, really. And when quarantine happened, and when COVID, we were all affected by COVID globally. I was doing really, really good. I was on keto with my daughter. I had lost all this weight. And then COVID hit, and everybody's making bread. Everybody's making the banana bread. Literally everybody in my feed had pictures of their bread. And I was like, because I had not eaten any carbs or bread or anything like that. And I was like, man, that looks so good. With some warm bread, with some melted butter. I did not make bread, but I did start eating really crappy, because that is a stress response, right? Your body is like going into this thing where it's being affected by the stress that you're under. We are all under tremendous stress. So you and I were both looking at the same study. It was a Yale study, which I thought was so hilarious, because it's like we have the same brain right now. But I think it's so great. And they were calling it, you said the COVID-10, they're calling it the quarantine 15.
I think they gained 5 more pounds since this.
It's gone on longer than we thought it was going to go on, right?
I think it was the COVID-10. Now it's the quarantine 15.
It's the quarantine 15. God, what's it going to be next? Let's stop the train now. I know, right? Let's not even the Corona 20, who knows? The quarantine 15. So what they were saying in this Yale study is that all of the stress can affect weight. We know that obesity's causes are multifactorial, and that stress is involved. So we're all under this tremendous amount of stress. And not only are we turning to food as a way to cope with stress, and I know that I definitely do this. I'm very much a stress eater. But there are metabolic changes associated with a fight or flight syndrome. And so your body is holding on to calories that it thinks it needs, because it is reacting to your levels of stress, and it's thinking that, hey, I need these calories for running away or for combat. Like literally, that's what we're all living in, and that's why this is such a thing right now, because we're all living under these sort of quarantine times, right? So how do we get over this hump?
Well, clearly we need CBD and some wine, I'm guessing.
Seriously, I know.
I think that we first of all have to stop, really punishing ourselves. Like I know I beat myself up all the time. I'll be like so disappointed in myself. I feel super guilty, probably why I don't want to go on the scale. And it's funny because like every now and then I'll go on and I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to lie. I'll be like, oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, that's actually not that bad. And honestly, put on your jeans, people. Like, seriously, that is how you know for real. Like, you put your jeans on, you're like, yes, they still button. If you do not put jeans on and you are wearing stretchy leggings and like sweats, it's a false sense of reality. Do you remember when we were going through that phase? Was it LuLaRoe or whatever they were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. LuLaRoe. Yes.
I bought a bajillion pairs and I don't even know what they're called.
Totally.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so, like, I remember, like, I went through this whole phase. Was it last year? I feel like, or maybe the year before.
A couple years.
Yeah. And I remember, like, I bought, like, I was just super, like, they're so cute. And then I put jeans on.
Yep.
And I had no idea that I had gained weight because, boy, those pants were a false sense of security, man. And I did not know. You're so
funny. You're making me choke. I just took a drink of water. You made me choke on my water with that.
I literally was like, I need to stop wearing these pants because you put them on and they fit like every time, right? Yes. And then all of a sudden you put a dress on. You're like, wait, why isn't it zipping? Like, what happened to my? Did the dry cleaner shrink my dress? Like, what happened? Or did you put my jeans in the dryer? Like, what happened? And then, like,
the jeans help the genes are like a litmus test, right? Like they help you
accountability.
Yes, they're accountability pants. Dang it.
Yes, I feel like on Monday you
know.
put them on and they fit. Then on Friday or Saturday you can cheat, But I also think there's this whole thing of like this cheat day, right? Where if you work out a lot, you always hear people will say like, "Oh, my cheat day, my cheat day," right? And I feel like for me, like I do Weight Watchers and I try really hard. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm paying the app. That's about as hard as I'm trying, right? But like
that's effort. Come on.
Every month I see it on my bill and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? Right. But I'm like, if I cancel, I will not do it. Right.
Yes.
And so, but I do really make somewhat of an effort. Like I know my points throughout the day and like, I know like, okay, I really had 5 points today kind of thing. Right. So like I'm allowed 30. So I'm like, I really have some type of mindset in there. But, I also feel like if I don't, like, I feel like when I'm on the groove, I call it like in the groove, like, or on the, I guess not on the groove, right? In the groove. I'm horrible at things. In the groove. When I'm in the groove and I get my walks in and I get my me time and it's only an hour a day, like for real. If I can get that every day for 1 hour, I do amazingly well, right? It's when I don't feel like I have all my balance. So it's really hard for me, at least, to not get my walk in. That's my workout. Like it's not a huge workout, but it's quarantine. That's what I got, right?
Yep.
So if I get my walk in and I do an hour and a half, sometimes if I'm lucky, I love it. It feels great. I feel like I eat better, right? Like I feel like I've like, okay, I did the one part I'm supposed to do and then I'm doing this other part.
Yeah.
When I feel like I'm not getting that in, I'm like, all bets are off the table. Like, it's like, kind of like, I am just going to eat what I want. If I'm working 17-hour days, which sometimes I am right now, I am so tired and I haven't eaten all day. Like I do this really bad thing where like, I'll eat like those little cuties. Like I love these little oranges. I'll get like 1 in the morning and for whatever reason it makes me feel really good. Yeah. And then like I'll drink a lot of water, which I do. Yeah. I don't do coffee, which I wish I liked, but I really can't. I really want to do it.
I love it. I make up for it.
I would love to be a grown-up and love coffee. And I don't. And so I literally can go all day and I'll drink I actually have my protein shake. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Like I am super transparent. This was my lunch. I did not eat lunch. Like I made it. I was like,
did you even have a sip out of it? At all?
No, that was nothing. Like this was my drink.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm showing it. If you guys are listening, I have not drank any of my.
She hasn't. It's like a full container
of it. Full container.
And you took the time. The thing is that you took the time to make that.
Yes, but I had no desire to drink it. Like that was the thing. I knew it wasn't bad, but I was like I'm now going through this phase of like, I don't want another protein drink. Like I'm like over them right now. And
you're protesting. You're protesting the protein drink.
I'm starving because like I literally have eaten a cutie.
See, and now you might make a bad decision.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, when I actually leave the office today, I'm like, but then I really can't because quarantine's happening and
I know it's
closed.
Like it's kind of helpful in a way because it's like, well, nothing's open. And the grocery stores are closing, or at least out here they close early. So
it's like I'm from Southern California. Typically everything's open all the time. And when I visit Florida, like everything closes at 7. Like their dinner's at 4 over there. At least the place I go, it feels like there's a few places open, but not much. And it's like Applebee's and like TGI Fridays, which neither do I want to eat at. No. And so it feels like that right now. It feels like everything closes at 7. You're like, what? Like
it kind of helps because it takes that temptation off the table.
But there is popcorn and wine at home. I do know that. So yeah.
Dang.
But then I'm probably still within my points. Like
you probably are. But if you haven't had anything all day, that's perfectly fine.
But here's the thing though. As you said though, our body is in fight or flight mode. And so I'm not losing weight because I'm starving. Yes. And my body is holding on.
Yes.
And then I'm beating myself up. So here's the thing, guys. Your brain needs to stop doing this because I need to stop. I'm telling you what I got to do because I don't know if you all are going to listen, but I'm telling you, I need to stop beating myself up. Yeah. I need to think about what I am going. Well, hopefully I'm not going to gain the quarantine 15, but like, or more of it. But like, how I said 10 years ago, I'm like, gosh, I wish I was that fat. Mm-hmm. I hope I don't get any more weight.
I know. I hope I don't look back 10 years and go, wow, look how skinny.
I really hope I look back and go, dang, I was that big. Whoa, I look so much better now, But whatever that is, I need to start appreciating where I'm at. Like, I'm even like, taking it a step farther. As we get older and you don't get sleep, you start to kind of get dark circles under your eyes. Like concealer doesn't work that well all of a sudden. And, you look back and you go, gosh, that sucks. That was a horrible picture. I know when I'm 90 though, I'm going to be looking back in my 40s going, dang, I was hot, right? Because I'm 90. Like,
good.
Like I'm gonna be like, what was I thinking, right? So like, right now I'm like, oh man, like, but when I gotta always remember when I'm 90, I'm only gonna be in my 40s right now. Like I'm only gonna be this age today, and I'm not appreciating that. And I feel like that's true. One thing I really want to start doing is I want to appreciate. I used to be the person who could eat whatever I wanted, and then I don't know what happened.
Not anymore.
Like it was like all of a sudden I turned 40, and
that's
like,
exactly the metabolism just slowed down.
Like the day I turned 40,
it literally was.
I was like, how?
It literally
was like a gas tank. It was like, oh, she's 40. All right, she will not eat another French fry because she will gain 12 pounds.
Exactly. Exactly. It's literally like one fry, and it's like, wow.
I gained 5 pounds just thinking about the fry right now. Like, it's so insane, right? I don't know why it is like this, but it is for me. And I think a lot of you guys out there. And I think we just have to appreciate, looking for those times. I think making memories is also really important. Yeah. So if you're out and you're like, as long as, here's the thing, I want to say this as a disclaimer. As long as you're getting your blood test checked and you want to make sure your cholesterol, I definitely think there's people out there that, aren't the, size 2. I know I'm not, but I know my blood work is really good. I know my cholesterol levels are good. Like I go to the doctor, he's like, dang, you're like healthy. I'm like, yes. Like with all the heart attack kind of stuff. Right.
Yep.
And so I think that as long as we're doing that good, I think everything else needs to be in moderation.
Yep.
I wish I was the person that loved to run. Like, oh, do I wish I loved to run?
Wouldn't that be great?
I did not. Again, another line I did not stand in. Like, I hate running with a passion. Walking, I love walking.
Yeah.
But running, I see these women out there, and they're like the perfect bodies.
In the heat.
And they heat with that mask on even sometimes.
It's like 100 degrees, people, and you're out there in your sports bras and your little shorts, and you're running.
Perfect. And I'm like, dang.
They're not even sweating. I'm like, I sweat. I don't have that Southern woman thing where I can go out in the 100-degree, like 99% humidity and like not break a sweat. Like I go outside and it is like my friend Will Smith, not the real Will Smith. You'll have to go back and listen to all of the episodes to know what we're talking about. But he calls it the second shower. And so you go outside and it's like you literally feel like you have just stepped out of a shower again. It's
is it like
disgusting.
Florida? Because I know when I visit,
very similar.
Oh, I don't like that. No, like
it's not a dry heat.
No, you do not wear a cotton shirt when you're in Florida. Just so you guys know, like like I would literally every time I work there, like and it's in the heat like that, which I like don't like. Our organization that I work for is out of Florida, so I've been there for the last 10+ years a lot. Yeah. Okay, so you like will get out of the hotel and you're like, oh, it's all air conditioning. And you literally go out and your glasses get fogged.
Yes.
And you literally are dripping in sweat by the time you get to your car. And you're like, you have to bring a change of clothes just to get to work. I mean, it is insane.
It is not attractive at all. That is my everyday in the South in the summer.
Well, thank goodness you work from home and air conditioning then.
No, honestly, but that's the thing though, is that like because it's so hot outside and I don't want to go outside and get like all sweaty and gross, like I will literally be like, I'm not going to go out today. But that would be 3 months during the summertime, and then.
Well, didn't you buy the same butt machine that I bought? I can't remember.
The same. Oh, I was like, wait, what are we talking about now? Yes. What is that thing called?
No, I have it. I own it.
And you have to know because people are going to be like, what the heck?
Squat master or the squat something. Like it's a squatty. I would have called the squatty potty for sure.
It's not the squatty potty. Although I have owned one of those too.
I've had one of those too.
I know what you're talking about. The thing you see on Instagram where you like sit and it does the
perfect squat.
Yeah, the perfect squats. Yes, it is in my bedroom.
Yeah.
It's currently holding purses. But
so mine looks really cute in the workout room, and it's next to my XPX90. I don't even know what that thing is called either. And my other machine bike next to my infrared sauna. It looks gorgeous in there. Okay, I don't even hang dry cleaning on it. I have the intention to go in there, but yeah, it's just. I even hung a television in there on the wall so I could watch Netflix. So that way I could feel like. I have no excuses, people, like none. And, here's the thing, guys. You can't beat yourself up. My thing is, look, if you're probably like me, or if you are, then I feel sorry for you too. But like, I pay for my Weight Watchers app. Do I do my weigh-ins in the beginning? I'll get back. Yeah. I pay for the equipment. I see it online. It looks so great. They lie though. They say that you only have to do it 14 minutes a day. They are such liars.
That is not true. That is not true. And even the squat thing, they say it's like the best thing for your knees. I'm still like crunching, but I think that's just my knees. But anyway, I like hate that feeling and that sound. And so I'm like, I don't want to do it because it like totally turns me off to like know that my knees are crunching. So I'd rather just ignore it.
Well, that seems healthy. I think that we had the intention though, and I still think we're going to use it. Like it's so
totally. And I do have every intention. And I, like I said, with my eating healthy, like I'm eating healthy. I have my lemon water. Like if you see me on YouTube, you see like, go, what is she drinking that has these things floating around? It's lemon. Okay. So I drink my lemon water like all day long. That's like really good for you. I'm trying to drink like they say you're supposed to drink like half your weight in ounces of water, which is like, we're not going to put a number out there, but it is a lot of water. I don't do quite that, but I get pretty close. I get within maybe 24 ounces of doing that.
You're doing amazing. Like
I'm trying.
But I feel though, like, when we do slip up, then it's harder to get back on the horse. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that as a society, we need to like ease up on each other and we need to celebrate. Okay. 2 out of 3 meals you did rocking. Okay. You ate one bad meal. Okay.
It's okay. Like, it's okay to have goals. I feel like it's okay to have goals, but to your point, like, yes, like if you mess up, then just go, okay, I messed up and get right back on it. You know what I mean? You don't
have to start a diet on Monday. This is one thing that I do. Yes. So when I decide that like, I'm going to like, okay, because there's moments where I'm just like done. I'm like, okay, that's it. And that's for whatever reason, my willpower is like so kicking in.
Yes.
And I will literally go, I don't care. It's Wednesday at 2:00. Like it's happening now.
This is when we're doing it. Yeah.
I'm not going to wait till Monday. I'm not going to say
I'm the same way.
So that does help me because once I've made that decision, I don't go backwards.
There's a shift.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then I'm good for a while. And then something happens, I don't know what it's just something about chips.
It's life, man. Yeah. They're so good, but it's life. It's just like life. And right now, it's the unexpected things that are happening right now. We don't know.
There is.
Yeah. And we don't know what's going to happen. And it is just a natural human reaction to want to soothe ourselves with comforting things. And right now the comforting things are chips and salsa or wine or bread or whatever else is trending right now. You said people are making pies or whatever.
And that's the thing is we're bored, so we're eating. I'm actually not bored. I'm just going to be honest. I'm too busy to be bored.
Busy.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that are bored. The stress though, that's definitely one for me. I am more stressed now than I have been in a very, very long time.
Totally. People have lost their jobs and things like that. That is so stressful. Like I'd be eating through that too.
And I think also even when you have a job, you're still afraid of that. So you're trying to do everything you can to keep it going, right?
Yeah.
The sleep patterns, I think all of our sleep patterns are off right now. They're just, that's how it is. Yeah. So we have, first of all, again, I can't say this enough. You're going to mess up. You're not perfect. We're human. And it's not even a mess up. Yeah. It's called living your life. Okay.
Yeah.
It's basically like, hey, we're going to get through this. And you know what? Even let's say you ate the chocolate cake at 2:00, you can have a salad for dinner. And that's right. That's where I feel like we're kind of hard on ourselves, right? Yeah. I know I am. Yeah. So, all you can do is your best. You want to be the best version of you, even if it's just one thing you're going to pick. Like maybe it's just like how you eat fruit until noon sometimes, or maybe you do intermittent fasting, or maybe you're me and I'm like, hey, I'd love to work out 5 days a week or 7 days a week. I would love to be able to have that time to do my walks every day. But if I get 2 days a week, I feel like, okay, I've succeeded. Like, and maybe set the bar, I hate to say it, not so high, set it a little bit lower, to where, especially if you're working 17 hours a day, set it to where it's achievable. Because I feel like what happens is when you don't work to achieve it, then you feel like you haven't succeeded and then it's all over. So
That's right.
And so where is our RX for this week?
Yes. So what is our RX for this week?
So our RX for this week is basically not being so hard on yourself, guys. I know we had a similar one with the Trust Your Instinct, but with this one, pick one thing. Like literally when you're that guilt of the slip up, pick one thing. Say, okay, maybe this week I'm literally only going to try to walk for 5 minutes. That's all I'm going to do, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Or I'm going to walk around the block, right? kind of thing, maybe that's your thing. Okay. Maybe you're going to actually go to bed 30 minutes earlier and you're going to have a routine, because that's one of the things is having a routine, waking up, having your routine, taking a shower. And here's the one thing I'm going to challenge to everybody. Put your jeans on. Like, put your jeans on once a week, guys. Like, seriously. So on that note, I can't believe we're all over. I love it.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm definitely wearing jeans at least once this week. That is what I'm going to be doing this week. So thank you for that. Awesome. Sounds amazing. And definitely, so if you want to get a hold of us, you can find us on our website, and you can connect with us through all of our channels. Our website is supermommd.org. You can also reach out to us. Our email is info@supermommd.org. We'd love to hear from you. And I'm so happy. We had a great show.
Yay! All right, you guys. And again, jeans. Subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Supermom MD. Please make sure to subscribe to our podcast and tune in next week as we continue to keep it real about all the ups and downs of motherhood. This is definitely not your mother's podcast.